Hello everyone, Kireth here, and welcome to your daily race speed track guide at the Nurbürgring GP this week in GT Sport. It's going to be with Group 4 cars. It's going to be a superb combo. I've put in the top right a clip here of an epic battle I had with Super GT at this track. This track just produces such good racing. You're going to have a great time this week, so let's make sure you get the best time you possibly can. So I brought in Hypix's IamAwezome again. Superb top split driver in Asia, and last time he did a track guide for us, it was in the top 20 in the world, and he assures me the lap he's done here is just as good. So this is going to be an absolutely superb lap time. Let's get into it. Let's start at turn 1 for the very fiddly and awkward sector 1. Important for turn 1, don't brake too late. I see a lot of drivers braking too late. It's a brake before the curb starts on the left-hand side. That's your reference point before the 100-meter board. The most important thing to do here is to get really tight to the apex on the right-hand side, very close to that bollard. You can see, so if you're not getting over this curb, you're going too wide and you're probably braking too late, so do try and identify that. No need to go all the way to the right hand side. You see he's like fairly in the middle of the road before he turns in, but then we're going to hit a left-hander corner where there's basically no reference point. So this is a really difficult corner. I'm going to freeze the footage here and let me know in the chat if you have a reference point for this corner, because I don't. This is basically all on feel, so I can't really help you for this one. It's a very awkward corner. Now some drivers like to run wide here onto the green plate. Some drivers keep it tight. I like to keep it tight on the curb. Left-hander here, really interesting. Look how late Awesome hits the curb. He hits the curb right at the end of the corner, basically. So very late apex of that one. Do try and do the same. And your turning point here is going to be before the tyre mark left-hand side. Very important to try and cut this corner. You can get a track limit, but make sure you are up on the curb on the inside. And then we're going to let the car wash wide to the left-hand side. Go over that white line. We don't care about that. There's going to be no track limits here. We're going to build up the speed by opening the steering. So if you're a new driver to Nurbürgring, you can use that space on the outside. Now the braking point here for the left-hander is always around the access road. Awesome brakes really late actually. Brakes basically past the access road, but use it as your reference. You might want to brake a little bit earlier. And the next two corners are fairly simple. Just run the car wide, make sure you hit the curb. Gives me the opportunity to say, if you are enjoying this track, guys, please do feel free to drop a like, subscribe, or even hit that notification bell so you don't miss the next one. It also helps the channel as well. I massively appreciate it. But as you go into the hairpin, look, a lot of people here brake actually too early. You can brake quite late for this hairpin. Look how late Awesome is braking, and he's going to kind of drift it around the apex here. I see a lot of drivers go in and do a kind of a V-shaped approach to this corner, but actually you can take quite a tight line, keep close to the curb, and just basically take a shorter distance around the corner, especially in a four-wheel drive car like the Lancer or the WRX. Now the Schumacher S is not too complicated in GT Sport. In iRacing, it is an absolute nightmare. You can actually quite easily bin it. And we're going to go for this left-hander, really, really critical corner. I see a lot of drivers braking way too late here. Look what Awesome brakes before the green on the right-hand side, before the green. And it's really important you do that so you can actually hit the curb, hit the green on the left-hand side here. This is the most critical part, because if you get nice and tight on the left-hand side here, you can get over to the left-hand side of the track and really open up this right-hander, which is a tricky corner if you take too tight an approach, and then you can use that power all the way down the straight to a very, very, very key and difficult corner, which is the chicane. I'm going to show you what Awesome brakes. I'm going to show you how much he cuts the chicane. So about the 100-meter board is where you normally brake. That's your reference point. Obviously, if you're trying to overtake someone, you can go a little bit later. And we're going to have a look here just how much he takes on the inside and also the exit. So on the inside, taking a huge amount of curb, make sure you do the same. And on the run to the right-hand side, aim for this post. Aim for this post, run over it. Unless you're in a league that forbids doing that in a daily race, that's absolutely fine. And that's going to mean that you don't run out too wide on the left-hand side there. The turning point for the last corner are these rubber tyre marks on the curb. And this is what I do. Aim as close as possible for that pit lane thing there. I have hit it before. I have felt pretty stupid, but you want to be aiming as close as possible to that. And that brings us over the line, and it is going to be a 2:01.8, which is going to be a very, very, very quick time. Very quick time. So you do want to be using a four-wheel drive car for this daily race B in the Group 4 cars. That's my tip. That's what I always go to. But I hope this track guide has been helpful for you. Do let me know in the comments if you have a crack at this daily race. Let me know what your times are. Let me know if you need any more tips. This is a really, really, really quick time, and hopefully I've been able to explain quite quickly some of the key places where you can gain and lose time. That's my aim with this track, guys. So hopefully you enjoyed it. Do feel free to drop a like, subscribe, notification bell, all that good stuff if you really enjoyed it. But otherwise, hope you have a good race this week, and I'll see you next time.